Hello, everyone, and welcome to our casual coffee chats. We are very excited for this year's 2023 conference. Our topic is mental health. And today I have the absolute pleasure to talking with Dr. Jessica Ward King. Welcome, and thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Now, your topic, mental health and mental illness, why it matters in modern practice. Can you tell us a little bit about why you're so passionate about this topic?
Well, I have both a PhD in psychology and lived experience of mental illness. And I was about 15 when my mental illness first started to show up in symptoms. And I didn't get help for years for a couple of reasons. One of them was because of the stigma around mental health and mental illness. Like 25 years ago, we didn't really talk about it. We do a little bit more today, but back then it was like no go. But also, I thought I knew better. I thought there's no way I can have mental illness because I didn't know all of the signs and all of the symptoms and all of the, I didn't have anyone else to look to say, oh, I'm like that.
Mhm.
And so I am so passionate about sharing both my knowledge about mental health and mental illness and my story so that hopefully I can help other people, in particular for you guys, help clinicians be able to recognize mental health and mental illness in your practices so that someone like me doesn't have to go through the years of denial and the years of not getting help, and they can get help sooner.
Mhm. Oh, I can't wait to hear your story. That's wonderful. Thank you for sharing. And what can we expect to learn from your presentation, particularly?
Well, you can expect to learn a little bit about me,
Yep.
and I struggle with bipolar disorder, so you can expect to learn a little bit about bipolar disorder.
Yep.
But also, we're going to talk about mental health and mental illness more generally and their interaction with one another, that they're not the same thing, spoiler alert.
Mhm.
And we're going to be talking as well about brain gut health.
Wonderful. So yeah, I mean, obviously, you'll be speaking to a group of holistic nutrition professionals. So we love to learn everything about how we can incorporate nutrition and practices with our clients. So you'll be talking a little bit about the gut-brain connection. So what can we expect with that?
Well, we know that the gut actually is like our second brain. Often we call it that because outside of the central nervous system, that's the largest concentration of neurons in our entire body. And so whenever you give, say, medications that affect the neurons in the brain, that affect, serotonin and all those things we've heard about, they affect the gut as well. And so what researchers are starting to realize and learn is that the gut can also affect the brain. It's not a one-way connection. And so the health of your gut can directly affect the health of your brain and vice versa. So we're going to talk a little bit about that in the talk.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, I know that we're seeing, especially here in Canada, statistically increases right around anxiety and depression, other mood disorders definitely been on the rise the last couple of years. So we're seeing it within our client base for sure. So being able to incorporate some of the knowledge and your personal experience will be just a wonderful talk. So guys do not want to miss this talk for sure. Before we let you go, we always love to ask our speakers to share maybe a fun fact about yourself, maybe something that people don't know about you. What can you share with us today?
I can fairly unabashedly tell you that I'm a huge Star Trek fan. I don't care what kind of Star Trek. It could be the old ones, it could be the new one. It's Star Trek in general, and I am there. I have an unfortunate amount of collections that surround Star Trek. So.
I
I may or may not have a uniform and ears. I just undetermined, but it could happen.
It could happen. That is amazing. I love that. Well, thank you so much for sharing. And again, we can't wait to have you at the conference this year. It's such
I
an important topic. We need to talk about it, right? We need to stop the stigma. And the more we have these conversations about all of our stories, our shared lived experiences, talk about it, I think it helps to dismantle some of that stigma. So I'm so excited about your talk.
Thank you. And I'll be wandering around the whole day as well. I'll be hanging out. I'm going to take in the rest of the presentations and all of the different presenters and different kiosks and whatnot. So don't be shy, anybody, to come up and tap me on the shoulder. We can talk about Star Trek or we can talk about mental health and mental illness. It's your own thing.
Yep.
But I'll be hanging around the whole day. I am so looking forward to it.
Oh, lovely, lovely. Well, thank you. I can't wait. And tickets are on sale now for our 15th annual 2023 conference. So make sure to snag your tickets, and you're not going to want to miss this presentation. We look forward to seeing you all there. Thanks for joining us today.
Bye.
Bye.